Alright, so the entire prep time for this vehicle was 1 hour and 15 minutes. So in this video, I'm gonna break down our entire process on how we're able to prep this for a one-step polish that it's about to get in under, let's just say, 1 hour. So to give some context to the vehicle, it hasn't been washed or cleaned in months. Although it wasn't a thick layer of like if it was mudding or anything, but it was a pretty dry layer of dirt on the paint and on the wheels as well. So it's been a very long time, at least long enough contextually to where it's not just like it's been a couple of days or weeks since it's last been washed. Like it's been a while, so it was pretty kicked on there. So first step in this process is to clean the wheels. We first start by pre-spraying with a cleaner, rinse it off, and that takes off a majority of the dirt on the tire and wheels. And then we go to the second part and we actually spray the cleaner, and then we agitate with several brushes. Before we start the wash process, we're gonna go ahead and just rinse down the door jambs. You could use a cleaner to let to dwell on the door jambs and then spray it down. It's really dependent on the situation. Here, we just went and just rinse it down with water. Now, 99% of the time we don't do this, but we're gonna pre-spray it with APC from the pump sprayer and let it dwell for a little bit, and then we're gonna rinse it off with the pressure washer. Then we're gonna go into our routine wash process and we're gonna foam it down and then use towels to wash the vehicle. We don't use the 2-bucket wash method. Once we rinse the vehicle from washing, we're gonna immediately go into an iron remover inside an IK pump sprayer. We're gonna let that dwell for a little bit. Now, if there's a time where you want to thoroughly rinse a product, it's gonna be this one. You want to make sure you're removing all of the iron remover. You don't want some of the iron remover to be caught in some crevice or tight area, and then it comes out later and you smell it and it just kind of hits you in the face. So here you want to give it a thorough rinse. Once that's rinsed off, we'll go into cleaning the vehicle. We both have pump sprayers, both with optimum no rinse diluted as a clay lubricant, and we're both using wash clay mitts, and we'll both start on the opposite sides and just work our way backwards. Now we actually rinse the vehicle one more time after we clay it because there might be a light layer of dirt that was removed from claying. So it just helps keep the towels cleaner, and it just, it just helps to rinse down the dirt that we dislodged from the paint. Now we're gonna use both a drying towel and a blower. The drying towel obviously to get a majority of the water, and the blower is just there to remove the excess water from the tight crevices, tight to reach areas. We don't dry the vehicle with the blower. The only time we use the blower to dry vehicles maybe if it's coated, it's corrected and coated. Next is a final wipe down of the door jambs. Pretty straightforward. You can use a clay lube or you can just use towels if that's all that's needed because it wasn't that dirty, and just wipe them down. After that, we'll go into touching up the wheels and tires. So we'll just take a towel, clay lube, quick detailer, whatever you want to use, and wipe down the wheels, the fenders, any other, just those easy to reach areas that you might have missed during the prep phase. Hey, don't worry, everyone misses something. You might miss a little spot on the paint, might miss a little spot on the wheel, might miss a little spot on, I don't know, we're gonna miss things, we're humans, it's not gonna be perfect. So just double check your work and touch up any areas that need to be touched up. Now we kind of jumped the gun on this one and brought in the vehicle before we sprayed it down with the paint prep. But here we're just using a duplicate color wax and grease remover, and it's just to make sure that the paint is actually free of any oils or wax residue before we start polishing. But again, we should have done this before moving it in. Not that it's making a big deal, but just to just to continue the workflow and where we are from the prep phase, we should have just knocked that part out. So next time we do this, we're gonna knock out the paint prep part before we move the vehicle into the garage. Now after this, we just went and did an all-in-one on it. So with this one, we're not checking the paint on every pass. The all-in-one isn't meant to get, you know, premium correction to 80-90% swirl-free finish. No, it's just to give it a quick pass to enhance the paint a little bit, but it's not any serious correction. So I'm not pulling out the paint light every single time. I didn't record this process just because I still have to work. You know, I have to pick and choose what I record because it takes time to move the camera, check it, yada, yada, yada. So I decided to record the prep phase, and on the polishing, I just wouldn't record. But it took us 4 hours to complete. We charged $550, I believe. And the customer enjoyed, I mean, the results were night and day difference. He hasn't seen that vehicle that clean in forever, so he was super happy about the results. So if you want to know the tools and products, I will link some of them down below. I'm sure I'll miss quite a few of them. So just ask me in the comments what tool or product I use for what process, and I'll let you know. You can also check the description box for my podcast, for my Instagram, for the ultimate guide to start your detailing business. You can find all those links in the description box down below, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.